We are entering an era where rapid AI advancement is actively targeting human jobs, dismantling traditional roles piece by piece. There's a strange irony in the current tech cycle. Companies are rushing to automate, even when the cost of running the AI ends up being higher than the salaries of the people they just laid off. This breaks the social contract, the agreement where citizens provide labor for corporate profit in exchange for stability and income. Replacing workers with algorithms prioritizes immediate margins over that collective agreement, threatening the long-term stability of society. Unchecked automation strains the foundations of this equilibrium, shifting the burden of progress onto the workers who no longer have a clear place in the economy. In at-will employment systems like the US, workers are easily dismissed to save a few dollars. But a new form of labor protection is emerging from the technological hubs of China. Chinese courts have recently established a precedent that prevents companies from firing workers simply to replace them with cost-saving AI. This isn't just about one region. Legal systems globally are deciding to prioritize the human workforce or absolute corporate autonomy. This legal battle is the first major stress test for the social contract in the age of AI. This shift started with the case of Mr. Liu, a data collector. His employer initiated a business transformation that used AI to fully automate his responsibilities. The company terminated his contract without the standard severance pay. They argued they didn't owe him anything because of a material change in objective circumstances. This refers to Article 40 of Chinese employment law, a clause usually reserved for acts of God. It was designed for unforeseeable, unavoidable events, like natural disasters or sudden economic collapses. The company essentially tried to classify a software upgrade as a catastrophic natural disaster to avoid paying the money they owed their employee. If companies successfully frame technical innovation as an act of God, workers lose all protection against sudden, uncompensated termination. The arbitration courts in Beijing and Hangzhou saw right through the defense and rejected it. The court ruled that adopting AI is an autonomous business decision. It's a proactive choice for innovation, not an uncontrollable event the company was forced to endure. It's important to be clear, China did not ban firing workers for AI. Companies there are still legally allowed to replace people with machines. However, because AI adoption is now legally recognized as a normal business choice, the firing is considered a wrongful termination. This forces the company to pay the worker a full severance package. This establishes a critical boundary. A corporation can innovate, but it cannot offload the entire financial cost of that innovation onto the displaced employee. In the United States, capital often dictates policy. This leaves courts largely unable to stop companies from using AI to mask mass layoffs or offshore domestic jobs. The Chinese ruling offers a different model, prioritizing labor rights and societal stability over a company's right to optimize without consequence. Mandatory severance payouts change the math. They create financial friction, adding a significant price tag to automation that companies must now account for in their budgets. This legal friction slows down trend-chasing layoffs. It forces a boardroom to calculate whether the algorithm is truly worth the human payout. Legal hurdles won't stop the technical integration of AI, but they do ensure that the transition isn't free for the companies initiating it. AI is shifting the requirements of the global workforce, and jobs will be lost regardless of geographic jurisdiction. But this precedent proves that societies aren't helpless. Legal systems have a choice in how this disruption is managed. Recognizing AI as a deliberate corporate choice forces companies to pay a toll for the disruption they cause to their employees' lives. Ultimately, updating the social contract means ensuring that technological progress provides a pathway for the workforce, rather than forcing them to bear the financial burden of innovation alone.